I think a series is a long, long time. We were filming for 9 months and
Mm.
I was, being someone for 9 months. And I think that's like a very long, long time. So to be able to hold that longevity and do it well was a very big thing to learn. So I'm very happy I learned that, and I learned a lot about myself as an actor.
The Liaisons Dangerous Liaisons, Cruel Intentions is like one of my favorite stories. I watched like every iteration of it that I can get my hands on.
Okay.
And I was just wondering, what was your first engagement with the story, if there was one before this, and what drew you to this version?
Before I auditioned for Dangerous Liaisons, I actually had no other connections with it. I hadn't watched it or read the books. So I had a very fresh intake on it. I've heard about it, but I never actually watched it. So when I was asked to audition for Dangerous Liaisons, to be honest, I think I was just drawn by the world of it. I think it was very different. It was a period piece, and that's at that time I was watching Bridgerton, so I was just very much interested in all of that. And then I met Leonora Lonsdale, the first block director, and she just had such a passion and love for the show and the character, and I think that's just what got me. That's what got me in.
Oh, I love that. Victoire is a character who, I guess, in the original material might often be overlooked, or someone that doesn't necessarily make it into other adaptations. So I love that this one really highlights her. Mm-hmm. What did you want to bring to that character and her dynamic with Camille?
I think I just wanted that character to feel just real, if that makes sense, human. I think I wanted people to have a human connection with her, to really feel her, to hate her sometimes, love her sometimes. So I wanted to bring all of that. And I think with the relationship with Camille, I think me and Alice felt like that relationship was the most honest one in the series and the most honest love. And we just really wanted to show that.
I also love how Victoire kind of like sets the story in motion, not necessarily meaning to. And then she's like watching as what she has brought to life gets away from her.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you talk about her arc there in the season?
Yeah, I think that's her biggest arc, because it's such a funny thing. We were saying how that one decision really just caused all of this madness, essentially. And it wasn't from a malicious point, but I guess she was just being a protective person to the people she loves. And I think it was a really interesting process for me as an actor. And, when we were really talking about it, me and Leo, our first block director, how much guilt she carries after making that choice, and actively watching destruction happen to someone I guess she loves because of the choice she made. So it was a really interesting thing, but a lot of guilt, bless her heart.
But she's a very wise soul to even kind of like connect those dots in the first place.
Yeah.
And I really love that about her. How much did you discuss either with the directors, with Alice, etc., the backstory between the two of you that really bonds you? Because we see bits and pieces of it throughout the season, but there's like so much more that's untold.
Yeah, we had a lot of discussions about that. Me, Alice, and our director Leo. We got like a book, and we just started writing a bunch of ideas about how their story came to be. All the bits and pieces they had when they were in the house together, what they used to get up to, what their favorite food was. Really, just understand this relationship and build that with each other. And I think that was a really important thing to do, because even though it's not said, I think their physicality with each other and just the looks that they share shows that relationship and how long they've been friends.
You received a BAFTA nomination like right out the gate, like with your debut performance, which is incredible. But this is, I think, like your longest work, or I would assume that Victoire is kind of like the most intensive it is for you. So what have you learned from this experience that you hope to take with you?
I learned a lot. I think a series is a long, long time. We were filming for 9 months, and I was, being someone for 9 months. And I think that's like a very long, long time. So to be able to hold that longevity and do it well was a very big thing to learn. So I'm very happy I learned that, and I learned a lot about myself as an actor, and found a sense of like, I guess, freedom and letting loose and believing in myself a bit more. And that's really fun. So I can't wait to bring that onto what I do next.
I love watching like the costumes. I love the setting, everything. Like you're really immersed into this world of like 1700s France. For you, what is it like to step into that world? What's the most challenging part? What's the most fun?
Honestly, it's incredible. It's incredible. I think that just always amazed me. Like, because every day we came to set, it was a new set. And even when we visited ones we've been before, you just, it never fails to like mesmerize you. I think all the details they put into it, from hand painting the walls to just making these actual chairs. And I would just be like, wow, that's just so impressive. It's so impressive. You're literally transported back into a world, and that just elevates your acting even more. So very privileged to have a team that do that. They don't get their thanks enough because they literally built the world. So yeah, it's really amazing.
That is amazing. I cannot wait to see the rest of the season. I'm like at the halfway point. I'm like, okay.
Thank you. I hope you like it, really.
Yes, I have been enjoying so far, and I cannot wait for more.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Good. Thank you so much.